Hi YouTubers, fellow toy train lovers, and all my subscribers. I had quite a surprise yesterday. I went to my YouTube page and clicked the little bell up at the top to see what my fellow subscribers had out for the day, and viewed Mr. James Conductor's live video, and he was congratulating me. Well, actually, he made it in honor of me, making it up to 1,000 subscribers. And I was not aware I had 1,000 subscribers. I know most of the younger folks find it really important, and I know there are extra things available on YouTube for people that have that 1,000 subscriptions and then have, I think it's 40,000 hours of views already. I don't have that many. And they can put on advertisements and things like that. You guys don't want to see advertisements. I don't want to see advertisements. So, but I feel really special that I now have 1,000 people that are interested in my hobby. I originally started this YouTube channel because my best friend in town, I live in a town of about 100,000 people, and I really don't know anybody else that has O-scale trains except my friend Malcolm. And he ran O-scale trains and post-war American flyers, and he had them on the same layout. And so we'd go over to his place and have dinner with his family, and then we'd go out to the garage and play trains. I don't say operating trains, I say play trains, because we like to play with our trains. And he passed away, and I had nobody to go to train shows with, and this was quite some time ago, but there was a hole there. And sadly, I had promised him that I would disassemble his train set and sell off all his trains for his family, which I did on eBay. But there were days that I had to walk out of the garage because I was crying. Such a beautiful layout and just memories of him. And then finding what saved the day is I would find gifts for his wife that he had stashed underneath the layout. Now I'm laughing, so she couldn't find them, and that was helpful. I helped her too find all these things. I must have found 6 different items that with little notes on them for anniversaries and Christmases and birthdays. So he's quite the thoughtful man, quite a wonderful man, and he will be missed. Now I have 1,000 more friends than I did when I knew Malcolm. So thank you for being my friends. Thank you for subscribing to me. And for today, I have a special film. I have shown these sets before. This is a 1935 Marx. Let's adjust the camera. Commodore Vanderbilt set. And I just obtained this one. I know you've seen me show other ones. Another one. It was pretty scratched up, and I picked it up in pieces. This one I got the whole darn thing in the original box. And I'll bring it around and you'll see all of it in a second. The reason I'm not running it at the moment is because I wanted to show the difference between the later Commodore Vanderbilts with a nice plate on the side that says Commodore Vanderbilt and the chrome stack and sand domes. I remember what they're called. Sand domes. And this is a rather hard to find Army unit, and it was made, I believe, in around 1940, 39 or 40, and it has a E unit inside. The old one from 1935 has no E unit, and good, I've got something light behind it so you can see it. You will see a switch up here. You switch it backwards for reverse, or forwards for forward. So pretty simple. Even somebody like me can figure it out. So we call this a manual reverser. And let's remove the Army locomotive. Set it on its side so I don't get oil on the floor. And we'll run this little train by. And, well, I should show you the box. Believe it or not, 86-year-old box. It's 16 inches by 18 and a half. And let's bring this back a little. Commodore Vanderbilt Streamline Electric Train, made in USA by Louis Marx and Company, New York office, 205th Avenue. And you can barely read it. I've got to get the light just right. And this box is pretty wore out. It still has the cardboard dividers, and it came with track and transformer. And the reason they could get everything in this box is they didn't wrap everything up. They just simply set the little cars inside the cardboard dividers, and the top of the cars would have been up here, top of the box. And you'll see some bubble wrap in there because I like to keep them from scuffing on the cardboard. So let's start this up. And you're going to notice something. These cars are bunched together. And when they start up, they'll pull apart. That's because they're using an old system called Joyline couplers, which were made primarily for clockwork trains. Reason being, the clockwork train would start out and need all the help it could get. So simple physics, it was only pulling a few cars when it started out. And then more and more and more. Now watch these all bunched together. So this is a very, this is the common, I believe it's a 551 possibly, wagon top tender for the Commodore Vanderbilt. I should have mentioned This also has a punched hole on the opposite side about here for a clockwork motor, and most of them did come with clockwork motors. This is the deluxe version. There also was a tiny hole punched in right here for a light switch, and a battery would set inside the cab, and the wiring would go up obviously to where the headlight is now, and this is obviously an electric headlight. But these cars are just in incredibly good condition. You get a close-up. This is one of the more valuable 1935 U.S. mail car. And we'll go to the Baggage Express, which is also one of the more valuable. And then we have our reefer car, which is Colorado and Southern. And I should have also mentioned, these have the silver and black litho frames, and they're using like I said, the old Joyline couplers to help the locomotive get some traction. And you'll see large holes in the top of the couplers. Here is the New York Central Wrecker. And this New York Central Wrecker has a surprise. There are two clips that come out, and it will not work on this Lionel O track, but on 027 there are two on each side, four. They will clip to the bottom of the track, so it's locked onto the track, and you can lift a locomotive with it if your string doesn't break. And there's a locking mechanism in the crank here as well to keep it from pulling away. And my nice little 552 Rock Island gondola is perfect to run behind that wrecker, because the hook hangs right over the gondola. And then we have our nice Santa Fe Middle State oil, and these cars are all in excellent condition. It just really surprised me. And we have our 1678 Northern Pacific General Coal Company hopper. And last but not least is our 694 caboose. Now you may look at these and say, these don't look like the Marx trains that I usually see. That's because in the first lot of Marx trains in 1935, the shells had only two colors. And you'll see black and red. The hopper, you'll see gray and red. The tank car, you'll see black and yellow. Now here's the difference. Here is a car made in 1938, 37 and 38. It does have the deluxe red and sober frame, but you'll see white on it. So you've got red and black and white. So that was the big difference. And I'll show you what else came with it, the set. We had a Montclair Pullman, a Bogota Pullman, and then the 694. And I'm using the 694 on the set that I'm pulling. This is my old 694. I put behind this train because later I'll be running both trains. But anyway, what a find. I simply put Commodore Vanderbilt in my search engine on, it's running around again, on eBay. And this is one of the items that came up for buy it now for $200. There she comes. The Cannonball. So, very, very, very pleased to have found this set. And I know you Lionel guys are going, what's these little toy tin trains? Well, I love them both. I love my Lionel and I love my Marx. Not too much into the plastic Marx, but this tin plate is, they're fabulous. So, now I have two sets. The only thing I'm missing is the floodlight car, double floodlight car, which is rare, hard to find, and I don't really care. I was so lucky to find this, and with the box. There is no set number written on the side of the box, which doesn't surprise me, because this was the first year that Marx came out with their own design trains specifically designed for Marx. Before that, they had bought out Joyline, and they were selling Joyline trains. So this is the pioneer of Marx. And yes, I know that Commodore Vanderbilt looks a little plain. You had three other options. I don't know if they came with sets, if you had to buy them separately. You had a green Commodore Vanderbilt that came with a clockwork or the optional electric engine. This is one, and it has been repainted, obviously. Someone nailed the color. That is the color that the one you bought in 1935 would have been. And this is called a swing peg Marx Vanderbilt. And the reason it's called a swing peg is it's got this peg back here that swings back and forth and fits into the Joyline couplers. So you could have got a red one, you could have got a silver one, and the silver one did have a matching tender, which are impossible to find almost, and the red and green did not have matching tenders, so you would put a black tender behind them. I have got I acquired a wagon top tender and decals and repainted it green and put it on the nice the focus back, put it on the nice silver and black frame, and it looks quite nice. But I didn't bring it out today because it's not part of Marx history. It's not part of the original set. It's just something I wanted. And this green Vanderbilt really looks good with a green tinder. So that's about all. I will be shortly, I will be running these, and I'll do a second film. So thank you for watching. And once again, this has been a Big Lizard production. Bye-bye.